Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us as we kick off your Sunday morning. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Libby Dowsa along with Corey Johnson. We've been talking about this day for a while.
We definitely have. Today is going to be a very beautiful day, and it's going to be very warm and very sunny. So putting the sun in Sunday for sure.
Still going straight up.
Yes, absolutely. And we're already past sunrise, Libby. This is our Rose City camera this morning. You can see the sky glowing off in the distance, 54 degrees and very calm outside right now. Our temperatures already sitting in the 50s across many stretches, really setting up the rest of the day for what's going to be a very hot one too. It looks like right now 50 in Hillsborough, 50 in Tigard, 55 as we saw in Portland, looks like 50 as well in Troutdale. Our Vancouver camera, the springs of the waterfront, another gorgeous view in Southwest Washington, 51 degrees there. So look at our temperatures throughout the rest of the day. We are gradually going to increase. By the time we hit the later part of the morning, already sitting in the 70s is what we're looking at, and steadily bumping up closer to the 90s as we get throughout the rest of the day. It looks like our high today, according to the National Weather Service, will be 91 degrees. This is our Salem sky camera from the Capitol, 50 degrees for us there. Looking at your heat advisory, that starts at 8 a.m. It lasts until 11 tonight, inclusive of areas along the I-5 corridor from Longview all the way down through Portland Metro. So you'll want to be aware of that as you get throughout the rest of the day. Futurecast wise, not going to see much in the way of cloud cover. It's going to be a really beautiful sunny day, but make sure to protect yourself as well from the heat impacts also. But we'll talk more about the timing of the temperatures and what you can expect for the rest of the week coming up.
Thank you, Corey. Gresham police are asking for help finding a missing 12-year-old girl. Investigators say Armani Crittenden left her home on Southeast Laura Avenue Friday afternoon around 2:30. Surveillance video shows her walking away with a black backpack. Armani is 5'1", about 105 pounds, with black hair and braids. She was last seen wearing a green long-sleeve shirt, red and black pajama pants, and light-colored shoes. Anyone with information about where she may be should call 911. We are learning more about the breaking news we first brought you yesterday morning. Investigators say some of the explosive devices found inside an SUV that crashed into the Multnomah Athletic Club did detonate. KGW's Jake Holter shows us the dramatic surveillance video and hears from club members shaken by what happened.
Now, the public is still being kept back from the Multnomah Athletic Club as experts work to clear the explosives that were driven inside. Now, police say there is no threat to the public, but the inside of the building has been extensively damaged. Take a look at this video of the car driving inside. Dramatic surveillance video shows an SUV driving through the Multnomah Athletic Club. After driving deeper into the building, authorities say explosive devices inside the car went off, engulfing the car in flames. The driver was killed.
We found a number of what we believed were incendiary devices and improvised explosive devices. Some of those devices had already gone off. And so there was significant damage to the area.
KGW cameras capturing several propane tanks on scene. The FBI assisting in the investigation.
It looked like there was an intent to detonate more than actually ultimately was detonated.
We watched from afar as robots were used by the explosives team to defuse and clear the scene.
There's been 3 or 4 different times over the course of the afternoon where as we process, we find another device that we need to work with, and so that slows everything down.
That's included keeping the medical examiner from getting inside. The Oregonian is reporting the driver was a disgruntled employee, but Portland police would not confirm that and were not speaking to the identity of the driver Saturday afternoon. Neighbors we spoke with shaken by the incident.
It's twice in 1 month, April 8th being the first incident, a week after I moved into the building. So it's just unbelievable and really upsetting, unnerving.
That previous incident injuring a security officer outside the MAC when the building was nearly hit by another car.
These events are unrelated in our opinion. Bad luck or bad timing for the Multnomah Athletic Club, but we don't see any type of connection in that regard.
We heard from both a MAC member and the club's general manager Saturday.
I hope that the MAC can open back up. I know a lot of people count on it for their exercise. There's a big community there. I think there'll be a lot of disappointed members. I just hope they're patient, as this will probably take some time.
stay together and support each other. And right now, support the law enforcement and getting them moving along, because nothing can happen until that finishes.
And again, the MAC is closed until further notice. Back to you.
A 17-year-old girl is dead after a crash on I-5 in Castle Rock, and now the driver is facing vehicular homicide and DUI charges. Washington State Patrol says it happened around 6:20 on the northbound lanes in Castle Rock yesterday morning. For some reason, the car left a road and hit a tree. The 17-year-old girl, who was the passenger, was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver, 45-year-old Melissa Gonzalez, was first taken to the hospital and is believed to be, or was believed to be, under the influence at the time of the crash. In Salem, an overturned semi forced the closure of a stretch of Almsville Highway southeast for several hours. Police shared some photos showing the overturned truck. It happened around 1 yesterday afternoon. Fortunately, the driver was not hurt and no other car was involved. At around 10 last night, Salem police announced the road was back open. We are hearing from one of the people arrested during Friday night's May Day protest. The night began with a peaceful march through downtown Portland. Later, a second group gathered outside the ICE facility on the south waterfront. Police say people threw rocks and water bottles, injuring 2 officers, one of whom was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. 3 people were arrested Friday night, including a Beaverton man charged with trespassing in the 2nd degree. Here's what he had to say.
We were afterwards, dragged up, put into squad cars, driven down to the facility, the Multnomah County Detention Center, and given completely bogus charges.
Cole Donahue is calling for his charges and the charges of others arrested near the ICE facility Friday night to be dropped. As Portland works to close a $163 million budget gap, some North Portland residents are speaking out about possible cuts to public safety. City leaders are considering changes that could affect a fire station and a police precinct in their neighborhood. Blair Best has their story.
In Portland's St. John's neighborhood, community runs deep.
That's because we're a family.
You feel it inside Slim's Restaurant and Lounge.
I know everybody by name and can expect who's gonna come in.
A big part of that family, the local firefighters at Station 22, right down the street.
They actually come in here sometimes after a late night shift.
That station covers the largest area in the city, and now it's a target under the mayor's proposed $4 million cut to the Fire Bureau.
When I was snowed out of my house, the fire department is the only people that could find my home.
Oh, they're fantastic humans and they're fast responders.
If the fire department gets slashed in half, that means response times are just probably going to triple.
Under the mayor's budget proposal, Station 22 risks half its staff being reassigned and losing its only fire engine, the rig that carries water, meaning crews would no longer be able to fight fires.
They're taking away from things that people depend on.
We sat down with the president of the Firefighters Union.
That's a devastating blow because, as you may know, that St. John's neighborhood in the far north end is kind of isolated.
Portland Mayor Keith Wilson is also proposing a more than $17 million cut to the Police Bureau, a move that, if approved, would reduce services and limit community access at 2 precincts, East and the North Precinct here behind me.
It could literally be several days before a police officer is available to respond to a crime victim.
Well, no, don't defund the police. What you do is you hold them accountable. You don't defund them, you hold them accountable. We need the police.
The impact of these potential cuts on North Portland?
Not good. No, not good.
Is something longtime residents say they've seen before.
There's just a feeling in this community that we always get the short end of the stick.